NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Thailand is very advantageous when it comes to hospitality, food. People come back because our hotels are among the best in the world. Our food is diverse and delicious. Why do people come back again and again? Because of those factors, and also because of affordability. But now things are are getting a little bit more expensive, and we have competitors too.
Sawadee ka, welcome to Thailand Today. I'm Hani Cholapansanarula, your host. Thank you very much for joining us. In today's episode, we'll explore how Thailand is shaping its tourism future through high-value strategies, sustainability, and soft power. With Tucker Splash 2025 on the horizon, we'll see what lies ahead for the industry and the country's global image. And joining us today is Kun Marisa Sukoson Nunpakdi, Chair of the Tourism Subcommittee, National Soft Power Development Committee, and also Executive Vice President of the Sukoson Group. Sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka.
Kun Marisa, it's a pleasure to have you here on the program today. You've been at the forefront of hospitality business for many years now. How would you describe the direction Thai tourism is heading in 2025, and what are the challenges and opportunities you see in the months ahead?
The months ahead is quite difficult because it's quite short term, but in the long run there are great possibilities for Thai tourism. At the moment we see quite a bigger dip than we're used to in the low season. However, we think that when high season comes, we'll see probably greater numbers than the year before. Mostly long-haul travelers from Europe, the US. USA is a very strong market for Thailand. And now we're seeing more Middle Easterners. So we're okay, except for the fact that the China market has dropped significantly, along with slight drop in Koreans and Taiwanese, but I think those markets will recover. China, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we'll see the tour buses, the number of tour buses that we were used to seeing in the past. I'm not sure if they will be back so soon. In exchange to that, we are seeing more FITs. We were seeing more FITs in the Chinese FITs last year, but now they've dropped as well. So it has largely to do with their probably misperception of Thailand as not as safe.
Safety concerns,
which you and I know we're quite a safe country. However, the image and the perception that they have received from very unfortunate incidences, earthquake, for example, or the kidnapping, those have had a big effect on the China market, as also the Thai baht being so strong at the moment, and China trying to promote domestic tourism, or so a lot of things are going on
at the same time. So which means the current outlook is pretty dim, would you say?
I think that by year's end, starting in October, we should be fine, back to normal, and then maybe next year we won't see the Chinese fully recovered, which means that we have to look at new markets and new products to attract various new groups of travelers, which we are doing a lot. There's a lot in place that's going on to bring in, a more diverse group of travelers, and that includes promoting medical wellness tourism. Thailand is perfectly poised as the hub of wellness, wellness for the world almost, because we have so much going, that we have our asset, all kinds of
we have an edge. Local,
alternative medicine, herbs, all sorts of things we're so good at. We already have so much, even our natural spas and things like that. Medical wellness, in mice, you're very familiar with that. So we have a lot of growth potential in the mice arena, and the Soft Power Committee itself is promoting a new economy, the events economy, festival economy, live events, which we see the government actively encouraging, or promoting Thailand as a venue for music events, international sporting events, all sorts of things you've probably been noticing in the news, right?
So a lot of program schemes have been coming out because
Yes.
we're aiming for year-round high-value tourism.
Yes,
I think that's
yes.
the main aim.
Yes.
But how has this journey progressed so far, despite the challenges, uncertainties we see with the Chinese case you mentioned, geopolitical impact, which I believe has sort of affected the travelers' confidence?
The government is doing quite a lot with regards to soft power and promoting the creative industries, but I don't see that. I don't see the results coming in so fast. What they're doing is laying the foundation for future growth. Maybe a year from now, and we'll see like the fruits of our soft power committee's labors. For the geopolitical concerns, I think a lot of it is out of our hands. But in the high season, we are seeing bookings already. We are seeing great interest. We're seeing continued interest from the mature markets. So other than the geopolitical events that are out of our hands, I see tourism moving forward and growing. Really, I do.
That's great. Now, globally, travel behavior is changing as well.
Yes.
What long-term trends do you see that will be shaping the tourism landscape?
What I have really noticed is that the younger generation are traveling more, spending more. We're seeing hotels using technology, more advanced personalized experiences. I see them traveling in a different way, not like we are used to, seeing Europeans just sunbathing by the beach for days on end. No, it's going to be more discovering themselves, finding peace of mind through wellness programs, maybe volunteerism, going into communities and learning about, learning firsthand about Thai culture and heritage, and searching for experiences that them as individuals really appreciate and enjoy. Very, very specific searches on experiences, unique experiences.
To be authentic.
Yes, to be authentically themselves. Yes, these are the younger people.
The younger people, but then
Yes.
again, we're seeing, an aging population.
Yes,
What about
right.
this group of people? In Asia, in Europe, is this like a growing market as well? Aging population traveling, solo travelers.
We're seeing those, but the aging, they're coming with their families, let's just say. The number of people, older people traveling by themselves, we don't see as much. But we see them traveling with their families, like in the Indian and the Middle Eastern markets in particular. They're bringing their parents, their relatives along with them. So the family travel is a big thing. But after COVID, we were preparing for the aging society and all that, but it hasn't transpired that way. We're seeing more younger people travel, digital nomads, people,
Ready to
people
see
like
the world
that.
and ready to spend.
And another thing is the events. People are traveling for events, for concerts. Like Blackpink is performing here in October. I think their final annual, getting together as a group. So hotels are being booked up. So people are coming for like specific events as well. Yes.
Now, alongside innovation, let me touch on sustainability. Sustainability
Of
has
course,
been
yes.
one of the major themes, and Thailand has been
Yes.
actively promoting green, responsible tourism.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
is your perspective, your thoughts on this?
Okay, there are many aspects to sustainability. What we're talking about is sustainable operations in hotels, right? How we are looking at using our natural resources, mainly, limiting the amount of carbon emissions and recycling waste, things like that. That's very important. I can talk for hours about sustainability, but now the notion of sustainability has expanded and has to include community engagement as well, and as a country, and how do we say it? The equal rights and equality, fairness, things like that too. But as a country, this is very interesting. So when I did a lot of homework for how I could present to the government what our vision for tourism should be, I met with many people in the industry, experts, and the real definition of sustainability for a country. What is the real definition of sustainability for a country? It's income distribution as it relates to tourism. It's preserving communities. It's not, reducing waste, and that's important too, but it's just how can we make sure everyone in the country benefits from tourism income as well as the preservation of our natural resources. How can we make sure that there's steady income, cash flow coming into everyone on a steady basis from tourism? And that, as you had addressed, 360 days, making sure we get tourists to come all year round is important, but also opening up our borders to neighboring countries to come here easily. As our neighbors' economies improve, tourism will improve as well. It includes infrastructure and connectivity, accessibility. How do we make it easy for travelers to go into the smaller communities, to the secondary cities, and we're trying to encourage the government to promote rail tourism. I think that's a very important aspect to promote sustainability. I spoke with one travel agent who serve the EU, Australia clientele mostly, and they are very concerned about sustainability. And they told me that in a couple of years, when traveling domestically, when their groups travel domestically, they will not use planes anymore. So we have to improve our rail systems. I spoke to Trip.com in China. They're promoting rail travel, because a lot of Chinese are going to Japan, and they're doing it throughout the country by rail. So I think this is something we can really, really work on to improve. Another way to encourage people to travel to the secondary cities is to create new tourism products, to put innovation into creating new experiences, if you have a lake in Lake Songkhla, for example, how do we make sure that people who go to explore the lake have a good experience? Maybe encourage startups, tourism product startups at the SME level. Maybe a boat owner can make decorate his boat and make the boat experience memorable. Things like that. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to say sustainability is much bigger than a certified hotel, although that is also important. Yeah,
I see. Now, when you mentioned about having communities be part of this journey,
yes.
How has the Sukoson Group actually engaged the communities?
So it's being a city hotel, it could pose some challenges, but not really. What we have done is incorporate gastronomy from Nang Leung market into our menus. Like if somebody holds an event here, they would be able to, in the coffee break, we would serve sweets and khanom, desserts from the Nang Leung market, for example. We also buy certain agricultural products like rice and certain vegetables, seasonal, directly from farmers. In Pattaya, our hotel, Siam Bayshore, is very sustainable. We work very closely with many communities there. The name escapes me, but we try to promote tours for our guests to visit those communities. Or whenever we have to give away gifts, corporate gifts, we try to partner with communities to create those gifts, for example.
I see.
Yes, and the community doesn't have to be chumchon. It can just be a community, the community of offices or businesses on this road, which in the past, we have led the Sukoson I think it's called Sukoson Goes Green Project, something to promote sustainability, not just within the hotel, within our hotel, but together with the companies and communities along the road, for example. So there's just a lot of things we can do.
So this actually helps distribute income
Right.
to people living in the area.
Yes.
Now, as we are actively promoting sustainability, we have destinations in the region also stepping up their game.
Yes.
Now, what are your thoughts on staying competitive?
Okay, that's a very good question.
How could we stay competitive in attracting high quality tourists?
This is a great question, and it's one of, truthfully, honestly, it's one of my concerns, because I don't think we cannot be complacent. Thailand is very advantageous when it comes to hospitality, food. You know, people come back because our hotels are among the best in the world. Our food is diverse and delicious. Why do people come back again and again? Because of those factors, and also because of affordability. But now things are getting a little bit more expensive, and we have competitors too. I think what we really need to improve in Thailand, like I said earlier, is connectivities, ease of traveling, making sure people can get to places easily, infrastructure. I think that's one thing we have to do. Secondly, new products, new tourism products. I was given how can we obtain 70 million tourists in I think 2000 by 2030?
30?
How can we do that? I mean, the previous governments have addressed that too. They have said, okay, our target is 70 million, 80 million in 2030. How is that achievable? I really did some research, and I found that in France, Disneyland Paris brings in 19 million tourists a year. That's a lot. That's an example of how a big attraction can bring in more numbers. They also have, within the EU itself, it's very easy to travel by rail. Connectivity is very easy. So the answer is yes, new man-made products, destinations, to connectivity, and that comes with government vision and budgeting, and just the economic growth of surrounding countries. I also firmly believe that when our national carrier is stronger, profitable, now it's profitable, they're adding planes, the more direct flights you have, the more number of tourists you will have. So I think those are my simplifying what I think we can do. So improving standards, safety standards, begin with the airport, with the taxis, and maybe the airport and maybe 5 or 6 malls. Begin there, begin somewhere. I think ensuring that travelers will not be taken advantage of. I think that's important.
Let's now segue into soft power and talk a splash, because beyond economic value, tourism is an important, powerful cultural tool. As you did mention, you are chair of the subcommittee on tourism under TACA. So tell us a bit more of how you see the role of soft power in Thailand's broader strategy.
So what the government is planning to do is to support the creative industries so that they can grow healthily and bring more income to the country. And this is utilizing existing assets that we have. Thais are super creative, as you know, and incredibly talented when it comes to anything creative, right? Hand skill, everything. So can I give you some examples? For instance, the art industry, fine arts, sculpture, whatever. What this government has done is to reduce income, I think it's called import tax on art, to create a duty-free zone for galleries, so that when tourists or foreigners come into the country and buy art, they don't have to pay tax. In the future, they plan to have Thai people be able to deduct income tax from buying art, for example. And this will offer the opportunity for local Thai talent to exhibit alongside the world's most famous artists. Film, you know how in the past 2-3 years, Thai film has really gotten huge attention. I wouldn't give the soft power full credit because a lot of that is organic as well. But what the soft power committee has done is to support and fund Thai like directors, movie producers to exhibit in various film festivals all over the world, including at Cannes. And they're creating a one-stop service. I think in Bangkok it's been done already for film crews to get permits to film in locations. And it's instead of going to all these different government offices, just go to one, for example. What else? They've given subsidies, you know, for film crews to film in Thailand, and so we're seeing a lot of action there. Food, what are they doing? Oh, they're training Thai chefs, giving them certification standards so that they can cook authentic Thai food in hopes of distributing, exporting Thai cuisine overseas, you know, things like that. And Thai food is a great way to promote a country. In the past, we would have Muay Thai instructors, foreigners, come here and just go to a couple classes or whatever, and then go teach. But not anymore. Now you have to be properly certified or be properly checked that you can teach Muay Thai
so you go
in a
through
proper way.
Training. Proper
training, I guess that's what it's called. I can't remember everything. Millie, right? Recently performed. She has a song about Muay Thai, right? Punch or something. And that's a great way to promote Thai music along with Muay Thai, you know. And the festival economy, encouraging more festivals to take place here. Didn't they just sign up with Tomorrowland? So Thailand can be a great location for these world-class festivals, right? I don't go to any of them, but I know something about them. You know, Rolling Loud, for example. You know, the F1. All sorts of things. So if it weren't for the government's vision to do this, I don't think we'll see as much action. And that's a new economy, a new live economy for Thailand.
So the thing is, these core soft power industries, people in these industries will have to work closely together if we are planning to build, you know, one impactful national image.
Yes,
is that happening?
Yes. Tourism is not like the other industries. It's very far and wide, as you know. It's a bit different, I think, from all the other ones. But if you talk about design, art, it's a very close-knit community, and they are growing. They need special support with regards to rules and regulations. I mean, and the government is poised to make it easier for them to grow as an industry. And from my experience talking to all of them, yes, they are doing great things, and they are like the film committee is very, very close knit, and they are very, very active. Yes, I do, and I think it's partly our job as president of the subcommittee on tourism is to bring people together, to propose what is lacking, you know. It was very difficult for me to find a path because we have the Ministry of Tourism. We are one of the top countries in the world for tourism. TAT is doing a great job. TCEP is doing everyone's doing a great job. So what do we do? What does the committee do? So what we try to do is bring the various agencies relating to tourism together and maybe share ideas. We talk to people outside of our realm, you know, professionals, world class, to give us ideas of what they think that we should do, and we propose those ideas to the government. So it's kind of more of a policy driven action that we're doing. Yes.
So the key people will definitely be there at Taka Splash 2025, taking place between July 8th and 11th at the Queen Circuit National Convention Center, right? So tell us a bit about what people can expect this year, especially at the tourism zone.
Okay, well, if I may, the government soft power industries includes 13 creative industries, so many of them: design, art, film, festival, food, all sorts of wellness, performing arts. So Splash is a showcase of Thai creativity and innovation when it comes to the creative industries. So it's going to be very, very unique from any other show that audiences have experienced in Thailand. What they will see is the future and a collective of each of the industries. Presentation-wise, it's going to be very, very future-forward, modern, different, and South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, similar to that. So it's like a coming together of creative minds and talking about how we can grow together as a unit and as a country. So it's interesting, it's a lot of variety, a lot of participation, a lot of really, really interesting speakers, and each of the industries have their pavilion or booth. And so with tourism, we don't want it to be like any other tourism show in Thailand. So what we're presenting is something conceptual, more of a conceptual presentation of what travel could be for everyone. So under 3 pillars. The first one is, the main concept is to dream big.
Dream big.
To go beyond. We want people who come to our booth to think beyond what they know, our tourism. So it's to dream big, to be inspired, because we need, as I said, we need new tourism products. What could we be doing in Nan? Perhaps an interactive museum, perhaps an opera house, perhaps a Michelin row of restaurants in Sukhothai. Just to dream. So there's going to be an inspirational zone. There's going to be a zone talking about cities and how cities have to work together. Everyone in the city has to come together to make a city not just better for visitors, but livable for everyone, to create something unique within their own communities to attract tourism. Number 3 is journey, which has to do with accessibility, connectivity. The journey has to be can be a destination, can be an experience in itself. Maybe an exclusive train, wellness with spa treatments, an airport where you could, a wellness airport with modern Thai architecture and herbal cuisine. Something that will be good for tourism, that is,
it's great for sparking ideas.
Right? Yeah, I have to thank people in my subcommittee for this. Is not me. It's just something new, because I think that's what is needed in Thailand.
So with so much momentum behind this, what are your expectations, and how do you see the show evolving? Will it become like an annual event, and how will it continue to strengthen Thailand's cultural diplomacy through soft power?
We want people to come to Splash and see a future for Thailand. It's like, we know agriculture, we know what export, manufacturing, tourism. And how about creativity as an industry? We want them to see Thailand moving forward with a new creative economy. And a government's intention is to have it every year, and have it evolve into an international, world-renowned event that you'd have to come here to experience.
Good, Marissa, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. Thank you for telling us how important soft power is, tourism as well, more than just travel. It's a bridge of culture, identity, and soft power. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Thailand Today. So thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
And from the both of us, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next time. I'm Chalop Pansarnarula. สวัสดีค่ะ